Hello, Paradise Panther artists. My name is Mrs. Telfer, and today I got all dressed up with my sparkliest jewelry to tell you about our next master artist, Gustav Klimt. He lived in Vienna, Austria, and is famous for his paintings of very stylish women. So let's find out more about this Austrian painter who had a love of patterns, shapes, and everything that shimmers and shines. When you want to look extra special for an event, maybe you might put on some dazzling, sparkly jewelry. Sparkling jewelry makes someone look extra special. Let's see if this woman looks special in her many jewels. I'm guessing this woman is dressed up to go somewhere special. Look at how many pieces of jewelry she is wearing. Please say hello to Miss Adele. She was a very rich lady who lived in Austria many years ago. She dressed up in her fanciest dress and beautiful jewelry to have her portrait painted by an artist named Gustav Klimt. Can you try holding your arms and hands in the same way as Adele? Go ahead, try it. We can try this posture, but it does not seem natural or comfortable. Thank you. You can put your arms down now. Adele was asked to pose like this by our artist, Klimt. The main color of this portrait is gold. Adele has on gold jewelry. She is wearing a gold dress, and the background is gold too. The only parts of this portrait that are not gold are her head, her shoulders, and her arms. The artist, Gustav Klimt, certainly enjoyed painting with gold and silver, and adding colored jewels. He liked to decorate his paintings to make them special, just like wearing jewelry makes a person look special. We can find what could be actual real-life colored jewels around the woman's head. Right here are jewels, and over here are jewels. Klimt would attach different colored jewels to his paintings. Sometimes he used buttons and pieces of broken mirrors to bring sparkle and color to his canvases. That makes his paintings look very interesting. Not only would he use gold, silver, and precious jewels in his portraits, he also used them to decorate dresses. This was a very special person in Gustav's life. It is his girlfriend named Emily. She was a dress designer and owned a very nice dress shop in Vienna, Austria, where they lived. Fashionable women liked to shop there because she had dresses that were different from what other stores were showing. Let's see how they were different. This dress is quite different from Emily's dress in the last picture. The shape is different, and this one looks very uncomfortable. Women for many years had been squeezing themselves into dresses like this one, which pinch the waist to be as tiny as possible. Sometimes it was so tight that the women couldn't even breathe correctly, and they would faint. Gustav and Emily tried something new and daring. Together they designed loose-fitting, flowing dresses, like the ones Emily is modeling here. Gustav would then paint portraits of her. He used sparkling jewels mirrors, and buttons to make the dresses sparkle. Gustav and Emily designed 10 dresses in this same style. Emily would pose in each of them, and Gustav would paint her portrait or take her photograph. Then they would show off the different styles that women could buy in her store. Next, we will see another woman posing for Klimt. There is so much in this portrait that you might have a hard time even finding the lady. Let's see if we can find her. We can find the lady hidden in all of the shapes and colors. Her face and neck are right here. Here are her hands, and here are her feet. Maria loved wearing the latest fashions, and she posed in a loose patterned dress. In her dress, we see blue, white, black, and beige. Over her dress, she wore a fur jacket. We see the fur trim right here along the bottom of her jacket, right here around her wrists. We also see fur right here that goes up and down. But when Klimt was painting this portrait, he asked Maria to turn the jacket inside out so that he could paint the colorful lining. The inside lining was much more interesting than the outside fur. And here we see curved lines in her dress and jacket. Next, you will find a different kind of dress. Your clue is they wear them in Japan. Does anyone know what this type of clothing is called? Raise your hand if you have an idea, and your teacher will call on you. Great job! This is called a kimono. It is a type of loose robe with large, wide sleeves. Both men and women wear them. They look very comfortable. Let's look for kimonos in this next portrait. Using our eyes, we can spy a kimono right here on the left side, a red kimono, and a green kimono. This woman's name is Elizabeth. She has a relaxed, calm expression on her face. But now, look at her hands. Can you hold and shape your hands just like hers? Go ahead, try it at your seat. Do you see how your hands do not feel relaxed or comfortable? Thank you. You can relax your hands now. The shape that we see around Elizabeth is a triangle. We see many triangles. We can see this triangle around her right here as it comes off her elbows and goes down, then across and back up, making the shape of a triangle. In your classroom art activity, you will draw and decorate a beautiful kimono with sparkling, fun materials. Next, let's take a look at Klimt's most famous painting. It is called The Kiss. It could be called The Golden Kiss, and I bet you'll know why. This is definitely a golden kiss. Klimt is showing us happiness with his carpet of flowers and the halo of gold surrounding the man and woman. There are even flowers in places other than the ground. We can see flowers in her hair and her dress. Here we see many shapes in this painting, such as squares and circles. We see geometric and circular shapes. Let's take a look at these rectangles on the man and squares. And we see circles and circular shapes over here on the woman. Klimt liked to decorate with shapes. Let's pretend we are in a museum and we can walk right up to this beautiful painting to get a close-up look. Do you see how the painting gleams and shines? Now we can see the shapes even better. I think it's time we meet our artist, Mr. Gustav Klimt. Here, Mr. Klimt is wearing loose-fitting clothing. Just like the dresses he designed, Klimt wore casual, comfortable clothes when other men were wearing stiff shirts and business suits. Gustav came from a large family. There were 9 people in his family. I bet that might be larger than even your family at home. Klimt's father was an artist who drew pictures and designs on gold. 3 of his brothers and sisters also became artists. Gustav went to art school and then he opened his own studio. He was very popular and successful, and he was always trying something new in his art. But there is one thing he continued to do in art. Let me show you. There is a shape that Klimt used in all of his golden paintings, and it is a shape that has a meaning. It means never ending. Go ahead and take your finger and in the air try to make a spiral, just like this one that goes around and around and around. Very good. Thank you. You can put your hands down now. We can see spirals in Klimt's paintings. We see spirals here. We see spirals here. We see blue spirals here. And we see spirals here. Well done, artists. Let's review Klimt by reading the vocabulary words you have learned today. We focused on the words portrait, decorate, shape, and spiral. Now, let's play a game to review Klimt's art and life. If you think this statement is correct, please give me a thumbs up. If you think the statement is incorrect or false, put your thumb down. All right, here we go. Klimt was born and lived in the United States. If you think that's true, put your thumb up. If you think it's false, put your thumb down. If you have your thumb down, you got it. Klimt was from Austria. Okay, the next statement is, Klimt designed dresses. I should see a thumb up. That is correct. The next statement is, he glued paper and ribbons to his paintings. That one is false. You should have your thumb down because he glued jewels and buttons to his paintings, not paper and ribbons. The next statement is, Klimt loved to use the colors of gold and silver. Yes, that's true. The next statement is, his family members were doctors. No, you should have your thumb down. He had several family members who were artists, just like him. And the last statement is, Klimt showed ladies dressed in kimonos in his portraits. Yes, you should have your thumb up. That is true. Well done, Paradise Valley artists. Well done, Paradise Panther artists. I want you to always remember Klimt and his golden portraits, and how he decorated them with jewels and interesting shapes. I hope you remember Klimt forever, especially when you see a spiral. I hope you have a great day. I will see you next time.